got Shawn Porter. You got George Foreman. You know, you got probably some other people. I think Deontay said he was drained. You have some other people saying that Errol Spence could run a rematch versus Terence Crawford, which anything is possible in the sport of boxing. You got some Errol Spence fans, oh, he was drained and all this type of stuff. But could Errol Spence actually win a rematch? The weight wasn't a problem versus Dennis Ugas. The look that he had coming to the ring, when people said he looked distraught or he looked under the influence, that wasn't a problem. When he fought Shawn Porter, he looked the same exact way. I was one of the only few people, not to toot my own horn, because that's not what I do, but I was the only few people that pointed out something was wrong with him. He looked high in the Shawn Porter fight, and that's before the car accident, you know. And people said, well, he had a better chance if he'd have fought him a few years ago. He still was getting his ass whooped. Didn't matter. That's why they prolonged it. He didn't believe he could do it then, and he didn't believe he could do it now. That's the point of building somebody up to cash him out. If Crawford wasn't going to get cashed out by Crawford, he was going to get cashed out by Canelo Alvarez, and possibly that was going to get upset because he probably was going to fucking lose to Keith Thurman too. Possibly. And you got people on the other side of the pendulum, which I'm going to sit right down the middle, to be honest with you. I'm going to sit down the middle of it. I'm going to tell you why. Virgil Hunter, I think Kenny Porter, I think Tim Bradley, some other people sat on the other side of it and said he need to be done, he need to retire. Look here, knee-jerk reaction. You know, I don't know. What if he recovered, still got the fire, still invigorated, got the fire to fight, and he come to 54, he looked way better. Like, that side of the argument, and check out the Box News playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That side of the argument, you just don't know. Okay, you seen something, you got a bad night. It was nice when Michael Jordan had a bad night. It was nice where Kobe had a bad night. It was nice where Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Elon Elway, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady had bad nights. Well, if he come back, you know, make the adjustments, put the weight on, he looks spectacular. Now people gonna say, oh, that version of Errol Spence would be competitive versus Terence Crawford. He'd probably beat him. Even if what casual fans don't understand, and this is who you target, this is the demographic that you're, or the people that you're targeting. These are people that you're targeting, you know, to buy the fight, because hardcore is going to do what they do regardless. These are the people that you're targeting. And you could put them in there versus Buckwheat Johnson, and he looked good. People say, see how good Earl looked, how fast he looked, how balanced he looked. See, he wasn't right versus Terence Crawford. Oh, he beat Terence Crawford now. Even if he fought a nobody, he just looked physically good. That's debate. But I can nor say he need to retire or nor he cannot win the rematch until I see what he looked like, where his spirit's at, how long he stay out the gym, what he looked like training, what he looked like in the comeback fight. Who gonna be in his corner? Is he gonna make any changes? Now, I'll talk about if he should fire Derrick James. Put that in the notes. So, don't know. So, I can't make a decision and say, oh, he can't come back or he can't win the rematch. I don't fucking know. It's things I need to see. Now, if they do a media rematch, it's slim to none. That would be predicated on Terence Crawford taking his eye off the ball and being overconfident. Saying, well, I don't need to train that hard, or maybe Terence Crawford take one step outside his frame at 154. Maybe Errol Spence is built to be a 154 pounder and Terence ain't. Which we seen Terence Crawford spar with Carlos Adames, who's probably fucking really a 168 pounder. He sparred with him at Gleason's. It's on YouTube. But what people don't tell you about them sparring was he was interchanging sparring partners. Adames said, well, I became professional But he was sparring 3 or 4 guys at Gleason Gym, and they was interchanging. They was taking a short break. He was taking the next guy, the next guy, the next guy. So from what I seen, he can hold. 54 might be the end, but he can hold the weight at 54. It's about, can you take the punch and all that. But the thing about Errol going to 54, is it enough weight wise? Is the 7 pounds enough? He been suppressing his body for so long. You got to ask yourself, is it enough? It might benefit him to jump up to 160. It might benefit him to jump up to 160 his next fight. Then possibly work his way down to 154 pounds. It might. But going to 54, it might not be enough. He might grow out of that weight class like that. Like I said, Devin Haney, if he's successful versus Regis, he won't be at 140 long. He don't know it, but I know it. 140, well, I'll say this. 140 won't be easy for him to make for long. And, anytime you suppress the body, that's why them guys are able to jump up 20 pounds, 30 pounds overnight, over a 24-hour period, or 36, or whatever it is, 30-hour period, from the weigh-in the day before and in the fight when they do the rehydration or they do the reweight. That's why they able to do that. That's why. Because when you suppress something and then that's why they tell you not to starve yourself. Intermediate fasting is a little bit different, but they tell you not to starve yourself, because then when you finally do eat, unless you got your body trained, you overeat. But Errol probably won't be at 54 for a long time. He'll be there for a good time, but not a long time. But just with the weight, everybody's so focused on the weight, it was just the technical mismatches. And it wasn't no difference in some of the technical things that Errol Spence did versus other opponents. They just can't capitalize on it. It's like somebody laying the blueprint. Now somebody laid the blueprint. Now, okay, I know how to beat this guy. Now I see the kinks in the armor. And I seen them. You got to ask yourself, what Kenny didn't see? What Angel didn't see? What else did he fight? I'm trying to think. What Robert Garcia didn't see. And it's probably what Mikey saw. But Mikey didn't have the athleticism, and he didn't have the reach to be able to expose it. We finally seen what Mikey saw. I seen it. I was the one that was saying he wasn't fundamental. He was vanilla. I was getting called a hater. And I did the film study on Instagram, and I showed y'all. It might still be up. I showed y'all. Instagram link in the description, follow boy. I showed y'all where the mistakes was made at. How he couldn't fight on the inside. How he lunged. How he wasn't defensive responsible. How his balance was. All the things I showed. How he can be countered. They seen it. They got 5 pairs of eyes in their corner. Saul, Red, Bomac, Bernie. 6 really, because you got Bud and you got Steven Nelson who help them out. Who fight? There's no better perspective than the guy that's in the ring. This is why you should be asking sparring partners what you see. This is why you ask sparring. That's why you bring sparring in. Not for them to get beat the fuck up or give you good work. Hey, what you see in there? Oh, he a little slow right here, or he dropping his hand right there. They paid for it. That's why bringing Shakur in, bringing sparring with Steve Nelson a little bit. What you see? Oh, this is why I say, but you need to do this. He can exploit. But the technical mismatch, the technical fundamentals, and I think we hear Virgil Hunter and you hear guys say he might need to step away. Physically, he got beat down. Cool. Let's say he can recover physically, which I think he can recover physically. On a technical standpoint of view, there has to be a rehaul there. Not an adjustment, a rehaul. Some of the things that he does in a repetitive manner, the errors that he makes, that's going to be hard to fix. he's setting his ways. And when you move up in weight, even if it's not Bud, you move up and fight a guy like Tim Tszyu, and they know you could be knocked out now, and they see the mistakes that you make. Now you can't make those mistakes, because you can make it with Shawn, Danny. They were limited fighters. One wasn't a great athlete, was a good counterpuncher, but didn't have enough reach. One was a great athlete, but couldn't punch. Bud was a complete package. You go up to 54, you're not going to be bigger than those guys. Not right away. And a lot of those guys, you might not be as rangy as. And they know they can rock your chin now. They know you can hurt you to the body. So I can't say if a dude, deserve, can he win a rematch? Absolutely. It's boxing. Will he win an immediate rematch? In my opinion, that will be determined by Terence Crawford. If he gets lackadaisical, he gets enjoying the riches, he's enjoying his riches, not training hard. That's the main reason he will win a rematch. The weight is an aspect. Okay, he'll be bigger, stronger. So with Terence Crawford. Let's say he's a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. From a technical aspect point of view, Crawford is still way better. And you got to understand, Red said they have multiple game plans. So if you bring something to the table, you are able to make adjustments to make Crawford do something else. Right? They got another game plan already. And after what they seen, they probably gonna have multiple game plans. And I didn't say this in none of the videos. I don't think I did. But he did exactly what you do to the puncher. You walk the puncher down, you push him on his back foot, and you make him respect you. You take him out his element. You make him become the boxer, or you make him earn your respect to push you back. So, but let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Join me on Kick. On Kick and Twitch, I'm going to be streaming some Madden, so I'll get back to playing Madden. I'll post something in the community tab. We can share cross-gen play. We can share gamer tags. I'm going to be on the quest to rank in the top 100. I ain't really played Madden competitively in years. So, yeah, it's been years since I played Madden competitively. So, I'll be a little bit out the loop, knock the rust off. When I get the game, I'll probably lab the first, couple of days and then get out there and get into the rank play. But maybe really get into the rank play as far as when the final update comes. So maybe I'll just lab before then. Then I might get into some league play or whatever for y'all. So we'll see how it lay out and how it play out. But I'll definitely be seeing something on social media and in the community tab. So make sure y'all follow me on social media. Links in the link tree. Peace.